The Stroll Troll by Alexander Nordas. A stroll troll is one who makes his way through weather and wild, night and day. Once a year, when leaves flutter and shoal, he needs one night's sleep to continue his stroll. 1,000 hills off the beaten track takes its toll on a stroll troll's back. Creaks and squeaks from tired knees, longing for their needed ease. Somewhere to hang his hat and vest, a house, a cave, or a twiggy nest. And 5 hours' peace, asleep and curled, that was all he wished for in this world. The stroll troll staggered on his barefoot shoes. Who would let him in for a little snooze? He stopped by a sign under a tree. It said, "Screamy Weasel in Castle Scree. Would you please let me in to rekindle, in exchange for this little bindle?" From his tower, Screamy shook and sneered, "Get away, you scruffy beard. No one on earth is allowed in here, so turn around and disappear. And who on earth would want to snag that old, dirty laundry bag?" A stroll troll staggered on his barefoot shoes. Who would let him in for a little snooze? He stopped by a door, shut as a clam, and read, "Madame Beaver in Beaver Dam." With a stare as sharp as a butcher's cleaver, out came the puffy and stuffy Madame Beaver. "Would you please let me in to rekindle, in exchange for this little bindle?" Out came a snort through teeth so white, "You poor thing, you're not very bright. To shut your eyes under wooden beams, you surely have to pay for your dreams." The stroll troll staggered on his barefoot shoes. Who would let him in for a little snooze? The white ink from a feather quill read, "Hillary and Black Bear on Blackberry Hill." At first he couldn't see a thing, as the whole house glittered like bling. "Would you please let me in to rekindle, in exchange for this little bindle?" Hillary let out a high-pitched "Yuck! Look at those feet, covered in muck! Don't come closer, you dirty droop! You smell just like an old brown potato!" A stroll troll staggered on his barefoot shoes. Who would let him in for a little snooze? A plank, slanting like a banana, spelled "Kathy Pillar in Bonepile Cabana." "Would you please let me in to rekindle, in exchange for this little bindle?" The stroll troll shouted, as loud as a crow, but Kathy didn't even twitch a toe. "Can't you see I'm busy, elf? This coffee doesn't drink itself. Go find somewhere else to yell. I don't have time to play hotel." As shadows stretched across the land, his feet could no longer bear to stand. Soon every soul would be warm in bed, except his, both cold and red. A modest place for a silent snore was all he asked for, nothing more. But all he got was feet so numb, and a glimpse of what the world's become. But then he heard some shrieky squeaks, not from the root, but from puffy red cheeks. 19 mice, a joyful pack, stared up at him from an old stump shack. "Who are you, without a roof on your rump? And why so bent, crooked and slump? Tell us why there are tears in your hair. Are you lost? Are you going somewhere?" "I've strolled for a year, mile after mile, and now I need to rest for a while. I'm so tired, so cold and sore, but no one wants to open their door. It's strange that those who own so much have all at hand but friendly touch. If you can fit in our little hole, please come in and rest your soul. But we've got nothing to offer but dire straits. All is empty, both bottles and plates. Soon comes winter, but together we cling to the seed of hope for an early spring." Finally, his only wish came true. amidst 19 snores, the Stroll Troll knew that in a tiny hole, dirty as coal, he'd soon be asleep among hearts of gold. They all awoke in one big yawn to find their fluffy friend had gone. All they found was a leaf that read, "Thank you, now look for the dots of red." Tails tangled in curious knots when they saw a bindle with red little dots. To you and yours, kind-hearted snoot, open it, but outside your root. Out from the cloth, dirty and sunder, sprung quite something else, truly a wonder. In the eyes of others he was only a bum, in theirs he was hope in times to come. Rested and ready, back on the roll, towards another year of endless stroll. Who knows who'll be walking down your street next year with tired feet. The end.